Hi, I'm Christine from Sacred Sounds Australia. I just want to have a little chat with you about our new crystal ball singing course. It is called Sacred Sounds Discovery Pathways, and it is based on the structure that you will be going on a journey and stepping into a pathway. And there's various pathways that will lead you all the way from personal care all the way up to sacred service. So basically, however far you want to take this journey or be on the journey is up to you. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a fully qualified sound therapist. I have got 2 diplomas of sound therapy. One is in multiple instruments and the other one is focused on crystal ball. I have got an expert level in crystal ball training, and I have also done a couple of other modules for working with children, working with neurodivergent participants, NDIS registered, and I have used sound with people who have disabilities and hearing impairments, sight impairments, and it is absolutely such a privilege to work with such a wide range of people. I just love it. I'm very, very passionate about it. I have also got a lot of energy training. I'm a Reiki master, and I've done energy healing modalities, as well as guided meditations, mindfulness training, and also I have a degree in psychology. So I have like a really holistic view of working with sound and working with people. My personal ethos is that this is not me, a sound healer doing sound healing. That is not how I work or how I even think anymore. Perhaps that was how I might have thought 10 years ago, but that is certainly not the way that I think anymore. I believe that sound facilitates the frequency and the resonance that our bodies actually need to be tuned back up and put back into balance and harmony. I have done so much work with people with chakras and assessing and using sound and balancing that I have just learned a myriad of ways to restore harmony and balance. And the beautiful thing is it restores harmony and balance in your own body with all of your own physical connections and systems, as well as emotionally, mentally, soulfully, and spiritually. So it is like super holistic. I love it. I have done training with Reese Thomas Institute too, and he's based in the UK. His training is based around the full octave of chakras. So I basically work with 12 notes crystal balls, and that actually works through your physical body, your soul body, and your spiritual body, which is really cool. So the reason why I've put together these training pathways is just to give a little bit of a different perspective in training. I've done a lot of people's level 1, level 2 trainings, and I've come back sometimes at a loss thinking, oh my gosh, if somebody didn't really know very much, they're still not going to know very much. And I do very respectfully believe that we have a duty of care to ensure that we are well informed, that we are trauma informed, and we understand that sound is super powerful. So it is transforming us on a physical level, a soul level, a spiritual level, emotional level, and a mental level. It's really, really important to understand that. I also have been really motivated to do this training because I have been to many sound baths and sessions and realized that there has not actually been that adequate training or integrity in working with other people, and it can be really dangerous. So I believe that it is super important for people to have access to really good training. It's a very unregulated area in Australia at the moment, but yeah, I feel like I do have enough sound experience that I use it for myself and I use it for others. I have enough therapeutic experience and enough knowledge about being trauma informed and compassionate and empathetic towards the people that are participating in either my sound bars or personal sessions. So thank you for trusting me, and thank you for being really curious about this pathway. I really hope that it's going to fill a really big gap for you. So whether you have been on another person's training and still have not had the confidence or the courage to launch or get out there or do your practice, or whether you're brand spanking new to it, I believe that you are in the right place at the right time, and I am super excited to be your guide and facilitator for this 8 hours of training, if that's what you're signing up for. And it's going to be really exciting. So this discovery pathway that I have created is a progressive pathway that is intended to take you on a journey from personal experience through to sacred service. So our participants move through stages that are designed to develop your awareness, your skill, your confidence, and your professional practice with crystal singing bowls. So if you're, got your sights set on being a facilitator and doing this as a business profession, then you are in the right place. Sound therapy can often really be very misunderstood, and there is music theory too, which is a little bit different, music therapy. So sound is not the difference between those two is sound. It's just pure acoustic sound, and we mostly use crystal singing bowls. The reason why we use crystal singing bowls is because they are pure tone. They are in the 4th octave, and the frequencies of them actually tune our bodies back up to the frequency of 432 hertz, which means that we will be totally in balance, in tune with our intuition, and able to access our intuition and our inner guidance perfectly, and have all of the layers of our body and our soul and our spirit fully aligned and congruent, so that we can tap into, divine wisdom, into our own higher self and all the other multi-dimensional aspects of ourself, which is really an exciting thing to explore. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself, because this is really a beginner's pathway and a personal entry. So our main focus for this pathway will be focused on relaxation, reducing stress, raising your own awareness around your body, and like I said, all those different ethereal layers, and restoring a sense of harmony and balance. So that can be super, super helpful, like I said, not only in our own bodies and our own lives, but also interpersonally, which is amazing. My ethos is not about fixing anybody, and it's definitely not about being your healer. I don't believe that is where we're at anymore. We have definitely evolved as human race past that. This is not about forcing any type of experience, and it is not about, old hellfire and brimstone type clearing energies and things like that. That is not what sound is about. It's a very gentle, very therapeutic, but very effective, because it goes right through all the cells in our body. So it is a very effective therapeutic modality, and it's really beautiful, because it's not about rehashing and re-bringing up trauma or anything like that. You will notice, once you start to become attuned and used to sound, that you will notice how your breathing will slow down, your body will soften, and your mind will be able to become really quieter. So it is more about just releasing stress. And this is the real value and beauty of working with sound. This beginning pathway is a discovery pathway. It's a 90 60-minute session. The first 60 minutes is just a little bit of information about our pathways so that you can make an informed decision about whether this pathway is right for you or not. The first 60 minutes will be all of that information delivered to you. I will also sneak a 10-minute sound balance in there for you. And then there'll be question and answer time, and feel free anytime if a question comes up to text me, send me a message on Messenger, Facebook, wherever. You just fire away. I'm happy to answer any of your questions that you may have. So this is really just an introductory experience for you to explore the power of crystal singing bowls and vibrational sound. I hope that you will learn the foundations of and bring around some sound awareness and have the experience during the little 10-minute session of the resonance and frequency through that guided meditation that I am going to give to you during this session. This first personal pathway I've called pathway 123, and I'll just explain it. Basically, this is all about your personal practice and self-care. So it is to guide you how to use crystal singing bowls for your own personal practice, to give you the courage and the confidence that you need, just to maybe give you some ideas on how you can use it to understand tones, use it to create your intentions, and definitely how to make sure that you know all about energy, your energetic safety, because that is absolutely key. When you start to balance and align yourself, you'll be open to a whole lot of other energies and things that you want to make sure that you know how to open a sacred space and allow the crystal balls to hold that sacred space for you to explore and create a daily ritual where the crystal ball will help you to regulate your nervous system, bring your energy centers back into alignment, and to just ground your energy so that you can ground, clear, and protect. It's a really beautiful, subtle way to be able to do that. So in our 3 pathways, I'll just quickly explain them. The first pathway is 2 hours, and it is really just the foundations of sound. So it'll explain all about how crystal balls work, why we use them, how we use them effectively, and how to take care of the crystal ball, how to attune your energy to that one crystal ball, and how to use it for your meditative practices safely. So that pathway 2 is called the progressive foundation. So this is a little bit beyond the foundation. So if you think of the first foundation as some pillars that have gone down, and this is a nice concrete slab to build a solid foundation so that you can build more learning on top of that, because there is a whole host of there's so much to explore in sound. It's just, yeah, it's huge. So you do need a really solid foundation, because it'll apply to all the other instruments that you're going to use. It'll apply to all your clients, your settings, and that. So it's the pathway 2 is 4 hours, and I feel like it is a really fundamental part of exploring and taking any of your knowledge further. So the third part of our pathway, these all happen on the same day. It's a 2-hour practice. Well, it's actually 30 minutes practice and an hour and a half in a collaborative sound bath. I'll be helping with that sound bath and being a part of it too, so you don't have to stress and worry. You won't be totally thrown in the deep end, but literally all of the students will get to showcase what they've learned. And the real important part of that is integration. It's to practice what you've learned, because if you just learn it and have a little practice and you're doing it wrong, then you're always going to do it wrong. So it is really good, and it will be a really good experience, like tuning into the energy of the room, waiting in silence, seeing what the next person is doing, reading the room, and then playing your crystal balls and taking that courage and that confidence to really expand this experience. So I feel like this is going to be the most valuable part of it all. This is the part where sound will become your personal healing companion. It will become your guide. It will become, you know, the tool that will hold space for you, that's going to clear ground and, you know, help you to explore your energy more. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really important bond that you're going to create when you attune yourself to this bowl. Some of the foundational focuses that we need to explore before we jump ahead is having an understanding on what sacred sound is. So that is part of the first pathway. Understanding vibration, frequency, energy, resonance, what the differences are, and how sound is effective in working along with those elements. Experiencing the crystal bowls themselves physically, how to play them, how to care for them, you know, what they're actually telling you, and yeah, how to use them effectively in creating a beautiful sacred ritual and meditation time for yourself. And this session also offers you some feedback, so we'll get to practice for ourselves, and then we'll get to offer feedback and have a little chat about it, so we can reflect on that experience. So during the initial pathway, we will learn how to safely handle and play our crystal balls, because they can be quite fragile. So we do need to know that safety aspect of it. We will learn how to strike our balls. We will learn how to circle. We'll learn the different circles, what they mean, and how to put it together with our intentions. We will start to get a little understanding, very basic, of the tones and how they work and what they mean, and safe playing techniques, and how to produce real clarity and depth in the sound. We will also learn how to tune into the resonance and understand what the sound and the somatic experiences are actually trying to tell us and guide us. So this is a beautiful personal sound meditation practice for your personal use. This session will also have questions and answers and a lunch break, so that we can also discuss anything else if you wish. Our second pathway is our progressive foundations, and like I said, this is like building the slab on top. This is what you're going to then build on top of. And through this, we're going to have an understanding of working with 3 bowls, 2 or more bowls. So probably three will be very beneficial. So this will introduce the concept of creating balance and harmony with sound. So you will need to understand a little bit of music theory, and you will definitely need to understand a little bit about your chakras. So we will learn about harmony, balancing, centering your energy, dissonance, musical notes and frequency, your chakras, and how to assess them, being in or out of balance, and have a really cool chart that is unique to our training. So that's a very great tool for you to use for yourself and your family. And then we're going to put together the construction of a basic guided meditation. So you will know how to create your own mini guided meditation for your personal practice, which is going to be across 4 hours. And we're going to need all that time, and we will have lots of time to practice, and we'll practice with another person, and we'll get a bit of feedback from them, and I'll offer a bit of feedback too. All these experiences, I will be in the room the entire time. So I have found when I've gone to other trainings that we sort of been left to our own devices, and there can be a lot of communicating of things that are maybe not exactly aligned. So anyway, I will be there the entire time, and working with all of the students and working with feedback. So the progressive foundations are, there's a lot of things in there that I am super, super passionate about. I think I have a lot to offer and a really big understanding of a lot of those, how energy and sound works together. I'm pretty sure you'll be amazed. So with our next pathway, the third pathway is our practice and integration. And I will ask, if you can afford the time, it is a free session. Use this session. When I say it is for free, it is actually probably the most valuable part of this whole process. This is where you get to practice what you have just learned. And we all know practice makes perfect. And it's not about being perfect, but the practice part actually helps you to integrate it and just become what you have learned. It allows you to take that just from knowledge to wisdom. So this is a very integral and very important part of this whole process. I really believe that those that stick around and do the practice and the integration will be the ones that continue on. So that is super important for this part of the journey. So our focus during this section will be to develop how to flow with sound, how to combine bowls, how to combine sound with silence, how to become really comfortable in silence. And that is a skill all on its own. That's just about as hard as learning the skill of listening more than talking. Which is a really tough lesson that I had to learn. And then we will be creating a beautiful collaborative guided meditation practice where we will all get to participate. We will all get to put and infuse our intentions into it and bring across something beautiful that our family or loved ones can buy tickets and come and attend. And yes, they can buy tickets, because you know what? If you start to teach them from the beginning that they just get this for free, then they won't actually know the value of it. So their ticket's going to be $11, and that is for them to come and participate and show value for your learning. That is going to be a very important thing for you moving forward. So it won't just be people are like, oh, this is worth nothing. They will come and personally have the experience themselves. I would love them to be your cheerleader. They are going to be the ones in your world, and the one, that you may definitely influence their life first, because it's going to definitely affect yours, and you want them to be on board. So it is also a really important step in the journey. Don't be shy to ask them, because if you're shy to ask them for $11, you're going to be shy to ask them when you need them to come to do 20 hours of therapy sessions so that you can become a full accredited sound therapist. And trust me, that's where a lot of people slip up, spending thousands and thousands on their course and then never having the courage, never feeling that there's great value in what they have to offer. So we're going to break that cycle. We're breaking that cycle with $11 for your participants to come and celebrate you embarking on this journey and fully launching on it. So yes, the practice and integration part is absolutely key to your success moving forward. So watch out for that. Make sure you're inviting those special people in your life who are going to definitely be your sound beneficiaries, and you will need them to be your cheer squad. So start thinking about who they are now and put it out there. So I'm just going to quickly tell you a little bit about the venue. We are in Bribie Island, and yes, you have to go right up and over the bridge to Bribie Island. There's a lot of road work. So if you're coming from the Gold Coast or you're coming from Brisbane, I do suggest that you leave an hour early and come for coffee and breakfast. I've specially made it 10 o'clock so that you have time to get there. There's a little cafe at the Bribie Island Community Arts Centre. It's beautiful. There's lots of gluten-free options. There's lots of dairy-free options. There's the guy that's there is so passionate about food that I'm pretty sure there's something there for everybody. And I love to support them too, because they create a really beautiful environment. They have a load of volunteers who really love just serving the community there. There's art to see and jewelry and all sorts of other things, gems and crystals, and yeah, it's just a real beautiful energy about the place. I just love the ladies that work behind the desk. So when you get there, I have got 2 maps here that you can see exactly where you're going to be coming off the main Bribie Island turn off when you come from the freeway, and you're going to continue going like all the way until you go right over the water, and then it's not far from there. There is a lot of little places along the way, but let's support the Community Arts Centre because they're supporting us with their venue too. So I think it's just great. I really chose it because it's got all that beautiful energy around it, and it's going to be a really lovely, safe space for us to learn. So I'm really excited about that. And if you do get lost on the way on the day, I probably recommend that you'll send me a message on Messenger or try and call on Messenger on the day if you can't get through any other way. Please do bear in mind I will be setting up on the day, so it gets quite really busy and really difficult to take calls at that moment. So if you can look up all of the information in your original booking, that will be very great. I will see also about making a group that will put everybody in the group so that maybe you can support each other in finding your way there. But check it all out before, be prepared, and I will, in the next slide, I'm going to show you all the goodies that you need to have for the day. So be prepared. On this page, I have put the cafe's menu. So you can just check it out and make a decision whether you want to bring your own lunch and dinner. That's fine. And I'm sure we can find a fridge that we can put some food in if we need to do that. That's not a problem. There's a couple of those around the venue. So come prepared because we're going to need to be alert and vibrant. And so, yeah, bring snacks and whatever it is that you need to do to get through the day. That's fine, or to cater for your own dietary needs, that's also fine. Bring your own water is also just something that I always do because you can't ever be guaranteed what kind of water is going to be at the venue. So I'm not sure about that. But yeah, have a look out the guys' menu and see if there's something on there that you'll love for the day. So in this little section, it's all about what do you need to bring. So I want you to think already, what you're going to bring is almost what you're going to expect people to bring when you're doing a sound bath. So first thing, yoga mat, a blanket, because as soon as you get into that relaxation state, you will cool down massively and your heart rate goes down, so you will feel cool. So you want to bring a comfortable pillow, an eye mask, maybe socks if you prefer. We are going to be taking our shoes off. Please try and avoid maybe wearing skirts because you are going to be laying down, you are going to be getting up, and you might land up being super uncomfortable. So I just recommend if it's gym wear or something really casual, clothes, comfortable shoes that can be taken off easily. Don't bring too many unnecessary things because you're going to have your crystal bowls and all that sort of stuff too. I suggest you bring a journal and a notebook so that when we set our personal intention for the journey, you can write it in there with your own pen. So please bring your own pen. You can also bring a crystal, a trinket, or an essential oil for intention setting. So we will do that when we create sacred space, because this is a practice that you're going to do when you start to do sound baths and host sound for other people. So we're definitely going to do that at every session without a doubt. Bring your crystal bowls that you've bought or that you already have. Make sure you bring your own mallets so that you can learn to play and get used to playing with your mallets. Please ensure you bring all of your bowls in your bags. And what else? If you don't have your own crystal bowls, you can definitely borrow some bowls on the day. You can text me a message and let me know that you need to borrow bowls so that I can ensure that I have enough bowls there for you. And you can also buy your own on the day. So on the day, I will have single bowls and I'll have part sets and I will have full sets too. If you're after something in particular, you have to let me know way beforehand. So I suggest that you do that. Then I've already talked about the cafe, so that's good. And I've already talked about dressing really casual, dress cool, and maybe have a jumper that you can put on, because it's a really weird thing. I'm sweating now because I've done some energy work. So as soon as you do some, you will get very hot, you'll get cold, you can be uncomfortable. Just make sure that you come with a bit of a backup and use your common sense, I guess. And that is all that you need to do. If you find last minute you have a friend that wants to come, you can always call me. Make sure if there's last minute things and you can't get onto the ticket sales, that you actually phone call me, or it's not going to happen. So that's all you need to know. Thanks. Right, so I've already talked about, I'm going to talk again about the crystal balls and the prices for the crystal balls for students, but I do also have some basic other instruments that you would probably, when once we've done our sound bath, go, oh gosh, I want this, I want that, I need that. So I will have a few items there for sale on the day. So I'm telling you that in advance, just so that you can put in your wish list and get yourself prepared. Just have a look. You know, it may just be one basic item that you want to get, because we're going to be on this journey for a while. So you can get it from me at any time. So I will have the higher note C. So that's your do, re, mi, so, fa, la, ti, do, the high do. And that's a 528 hertz bowl. I will have a couple of those on the day. I'll have a couple of cotton mallets. I can't find mine here at the moment. I thought that I'd be able to find them easily to show you, but I've used them and haven't put them back where they're meant to be. Sound therapy 101. Put the mallets back. So I will have koshi chimes, rain drums, rain sticks, rain discs, rattles, little CD shakers, and a whole bunch of really cool goodies. I'll have intention oils, sage sticks, moldavite. I have smudge kits and a whole bunch of things. So there'll be pendulums, and you can see on the right hand side of this my body balance chart. I will be selling body balance charts and a pendulum for $50 on the day. So if that's a tool that you're going to use on a regular basis, then that may be what you would need to invest in to take away. I thought I would tell you that, because I don't want you to come unprepared and then go, oh, I don't want to miss out. So no pressure to buy anything, and yeah, you can even like have a look at what a whole kit will cost you and pay it off if that's going to be what's going to work for your budget. So I thought I'd just put it out there so there's no surprises on the day. Feel free to have a look, and if you want to ask me any questions too, that's not a problem.